Hey everybody, this is Janice Wright from the Garrison Public Affairs Office, and this week we're talking Safety Awareness Day and all the great things the USO does here at the Great Place. All that and more on this week's episode of the Great Big Podcast. Welcome back, you guys, and today we are talking everything Safety Awareness Day. We have representatives from the safety departments here to give us all the information we need about this year's event.
How you doing, Janice?
Hi.
I'm Michael Hampton. I'm the Director of Safety for 3 Corps, and I'm glad to be here.
Always glad to have you. Always glad to have you, Coach. In case you don't know, this is my coach who works us out and keeps us in great shape, keeps the stress down.
Yes, absolutely.
So Safety Day is an annual event, and I have covered it I think 2 times. It's really, really interactive, very educational, informational, lots of great things going on. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, the Safety Day is an event that is a collaboration between the Garrison and the 3 Corps Safety Office. We also utilize agencies within the installation and also outside in the local community. All of this is to support the warfighter. Anytime that we have mishaps or accidents, it decreases our readiness. And our motto is to protect the force so the commanders and leaders can project the force. And this is a day that we actually take a tactical pause, if you will, to allow soldiers to come out and understand and learn about safety and occupational health because we're in a dangerous business in what we do. Across the Corps and across Fort Cavazos itself, we have accidents that we see. And those accidents actually degrade our capability to fight. This is a critical time of the year for us because we start doing a lot more outdoor activities, whether it's water, sporting activities. A lot more motorcycle riders are coming out. A lot more individuals are going on vacation and doing a lot of fun things. And that's all good unless, we're not doing it safely. So this is a day for us to actually take that pause and show and demonstrate how we can do things safety. And so individuals can have a takeaway from it so that they can be more safe in what they do at work and also at play at home.
I know from past there's lots of interactive things, specifically the station where they help with car seats. That's a big thing that, sometimes parents overlook, expiration dates, even installation, doing it correctly. So that's a pretty great station where they actually go through and install and even replace expired car seats. So those little things, factor heavily into being safe as well. What are some other things that attendees can expect?
Well, besides that, and that was a very valid point with car seats. Individuals sometimes install car seats and don't realize they install them incorrectly. And of course, during any type of crash sequence, that is essential to keeping your children safe and alive. But the other things we'll have boating safety. We understand that boating and water sports are coming up, so that will be out there. And just so that we have a gambit of entertainment out there, we have classic car shows out there. But we also have from the text dot seatbelt convincer, where it shows and demonstrates a crash dummy when you have a seatbelt on and when you don't have a seat versus when you don't have a seatbelt on when you have a rollover. Very critical. And also we have electrical displays that are coming out. And of course, everyone likes the drunk goggles and, get on the trikes and then try to ride through the cones. So it's very interactive. But it's also about a learning experience, and that's the biggest takeaway is that you have fun and learn at the same time.
Absolutely. Interactive, have fun. It's open to, families, children, and everybody kind of comes away with something, no matter what the age. And I was kind of, taken aback with the rollover simulator. Like, it's really scary to see, what the potential, outcome could be in an accident like that. Just so to see it up close, it was really interesting.
I think a lot of people are in the misconception that, when a vehicle rolls over or you're in an accident, you can control your body, which is a misnomer. You actually have no control. And if you're not strapped in, you're easily going to go out the front, back, or one of the side windows. So it's critical that, you wear your seat belts and that you keep your kids strapped in correctly.
It was also interesting to see the fire department and their their demo where they actually use the jaws of life to open a vehicle. Those things, they're impactful and they draw people's eye, and you just never know, what you're going to take away from actually seeing it up close. So I really enjoyed it when I covered it.
I'm glad, and the thing is that individuals have a tendency to learn more when they're enjoying what they're seeing and what they're doing. We'll have robotics out there with the EOD, and we'll also have the police working dogs out there, and they'll probably do some attack demonstrations. So it's really, really good venue to learn. But we're also consciously and aware of all the other agencies that need a platform. One of the big issues we have within the formation across the Army is suicides. So we make sure that we have things set up for suicide prevention. If anyone wants to come talk and speak to individuals, counselors, that they're there and they're present. So all the agencies within Fort Cavazos and a lot of agencies off of Fort Cavazos are coming in to help support this effort.
Yeah. So education, information. Don't forget food.
Oh, plenty of food. There'll be plenty of food.
It's very lively, and it's a great event.
It is. And on behalf of General Admiral and Command Sergeant Major McDwyer, it's important. It's important that we keep our soldiers safe and we keep our families safe, because bottom line, they do understand that it affects readiness. No matter how small the accident, there's a cascading trickle-down effect that will affect readiness. And therefore, our job is to make sure we keep our equipment and our soldiers safe at all times.
So I plan to see you there, right?
Yes, ma'am, you will.
All right. Well, thank you for coming by and giving us that great information.
Hey, thanks for having me, and I'll come back anytime.
Always, anytime.
All right.
More coming up on the Great Big Podcast.
Meet my dad. He's always up for an adventure. Whether it's riding his motorcycle or jumping into the water, he knows how to enjoy life. But he also knows how to stay safe. Even on the ice, safety matters. Water activities can be thrilling, but they also come with risks. It's time to suit up for the waves like my dad and protect what matters most, your life.
Welcome back. And now we have a representative from the Garrison Safety Office to tell us even more about this year's Safety Day event.
And good morning. I'm Doug Huddleston from the Garrison Safety Office. I'm Director of Safety here, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad people are tuning in for this event.
Glad to have you. It's always an exciting event. So tell us a little bit more about the, general details. Where is it going to be held? What time? Everything like that.
The event will be held 16 May at the Phantom Warrior Stadium. We'll be utilizing the parking lot for our large exhibitors, and we will also have booths, informational booths that will be underneath the bleacher seats. So that way we can get both information and some good visual safety information and exhibits out that way.
Tell us about some of the vendors who are going to be in attendance this year.
Right, so we're over 50 vendors at booths, and then we'll have over 25 exhibitors. So our informational booths will cover a wide range of subjects, including employee assistance program, some occupational health. We also have the chaplain's office. Army Community Services will be out there doing what they do best, talking about child car seats, those kind of things. In the exhibitors out in the parking lot, we will have a lot of varied venues. Car club, we have a Jeep club, which is very interesting. We have motorcycle riders clubs, and our key thing there obviously is going to be talking about motorcycle safety. It's one of the key issues that we have. We'll have, it's called an arc flash demonstrator. It's our Dominion, our partner, Dominion Electric. They will be talking about all things electrical safety is a big issue, and they will have a huge trailer that will be out there demonstrating what an arc flash is and the reason why we need to make sure everyone's being safe around electricity.
In my experience, that demo is actually well attended. People usually like to see what they're doing.
Yes, including our commanding general. Last time we did it, was very impressed with it. So it reaches a lot of attendees, soldiers, their families, our civilians.
Is there anything new coming up?
There will be, it's actually an opportunity for those who play in bands or have musical talent to come out. We'll have a stage, they'll be able to play. We've been kind of putting the word out. Anyone can sign up. We do have X number of slots, so we do need you to make contact with us. The information will be provided, but it's my action officer, Miss Erica Payne, and her phone number and contact information will be on there. So please, if you're interested, give her a call. See if you can come out and play, or sing. So
there's a flyer, and the information will be on the flyer.
There is. There's an informational flyer, for that.
Now, do they have to try out before they can perform at Safety Day?
No, they just have to let us know. You can imagine if we have, quite a few number that want to sign up, we have to schedule people in there, but we need to know what they're going to do and when they're going to come.
So I know that there are, several entities that come together to make this event a success. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's very important to have leadership support. In this case, the Garrison Commander, Colonel Lakeisha R. Stokes, is a big supporter of this event. Also, we partner with CORE, and obviously General Van Epps is the safety champion to help make this thing all come together. We couldn't do it without their support, and it's greatly appreciated.
So what is the number one takeaway that you want attendees to get from this year's event?
The motto this year, protect the force to project the force. So what that means is making sure leaders are engaged at all levels, but they're directly engaged with their personnel. And so they get actively engaged in their safety. That's what we want. Bottom line is we want people to go home the same way they came into work, safe and uninjured. So that's the bottom line.
Great information, and we surely appreciate you being here, letting us know all about this year's Safety Day. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Good to be here. Thank you.
All right, you guys, you heard it here. Safety Awareness Day, May 16th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Phantom Warriors Stadium. Hope to see you there, and stay tuned for more.
You're in the mix with the man who sets the turntables on fire.
Here comes the
I'm literally en route right now, man. Wait, hang on. This song is my jam. All right, so look, tonight we're on Elm Street, right? I'm only about 10 minutes out. And listen, don't worry about Willie, okay? I'm gonna make sure he's there. He's gonna be there. I'm gonna shoot him a text right now, okay? Out.
Sergeant Mathers prides himself in his ability to multitask, on or off duty. Only one problem. Studies show that successful multitasking while at the wheel is not possible. The stats were against him. Reaching for that burger made it 8 times more likely he'd crash. Did you know distracted driving causes nearly 50% of all accidents? All in all, it injures almost 400,000 people a year and kills nearly 4,000. On or off duty, distracted driving is deadly. The bottom line, if you drive while distracted, then you're not driving.
And welcome back, everyone. Next, we're discussing a Fort Cavazos staple, the USO. And we have a representative from the USO here to talk with us and let us know all about the great things they do here at the great place. Why don't you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Mendez. I am the center manager here for the USO Fort Cavazos.
Well, let's start with what the USO stands for.
Well, real simple. The USO stands for United Service Organization. It was started over in 1941 by 6 different organizations being combined together so that they could basically organize, local and people support for the troops. And we have been following that mission ever since.
So you guys do a lot of different things
We
for
do.
soldiers and families. Tell us about some of your most popular things that you do.
Well, most people, their first introduction to us is because of our lunches and our computers. We do have a computer lab that we allow people to do 5 pages of printing for free, and that is very popular when you're first arriving at post or leaving. We also have our lunch program Mondays through Fridays. We call it our Power Hour lunch program, and we serve lunch every day at precisely at 12 noon. Those are the 2 most popular programs we have.
All right, so what are some of the big things that our military community can look forward to coming up?
Well, always at the USO, we have a lot of great programs, both for families, spouses, and our soldiers. First of all, on Monday mornings, we have our story time for our preschool friends. It's a great time for stories, activities, a juice box. The preschoolers really have a great time with that program. Back in February, we also started our after-school elementary playtime program, which is board games, snacks, crafts, and just a good fun time for them to come hang out with friends for an hour or so after school on Tuesdays. Now, of course, both of those programs are not drop-off programs. We want the parents to attend and participate and interact with their kids and their friends. We have once a month, we have a spouse coffee connection on the first Thursday of every month. But on the second Thursday of every month, we also have our Soldiers Showdown, which is a great program. It's basically a pool tournament. And, we have some really diehard pool fans and pool players in our center. So we have a once a month monthly tournament for them. In April, we're actually going to be starting up a gaming tournament as well. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm wearing purple today because in April, we'll be celebrating Purple Up Day on April 15th. That is our Month of the Military Child program. And so after school on April 15th, we're going to have a really great little afternoon program for all of the kids to come through the center and get some fun treats and prizes.
So for anyone who's interested in any of these great activities and events, where can they find more information?
Well, you can always find information on our website. That's the first place to go, and you can look right under events. We list every single thing we do right through the website. But if you'd like to follow us on Facebook and Insta, we're also very popular on both of those programs as well.
And what's the name of the website, just so people will know?
The website is FortCavazos.uso.org.
All right, great. So they can go right there and look at
Yes.
times, dates, anything coming up.
Absolutely. You can find out all about our programs, about our center there.
So I've worked with you guys on several events in the past. A couple that stand out was the spouse appreciation event where you actually brought in like manicurists and people to kind of dote on and cater to the spouses. It was really excellent. You even brought in someone where they were making custom candles. It was a great event.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that you guys can't do those events alone, and I know that you heavily rely on volunteers. So if
We
someone wants to
absolutely do.
become a volunteer, how would they go about doing that?
Well, the great thing to do, first of all, is go check out our website at uso.org/volunteer. That will tell you more about what being a volunteer is, and that will also give you the links to get you started into the program. Volunteers in our center do a wide variety of things. As our mission is to support and strengthen our active duty independence, if you go to our center, we have a lot of little things that really add up, as I like to think about it. Our big events like the Military Spouse Appreciation that we'll be doing in May is a great event, and I'm already having a lot of fun planning it. But there's also the day-to-day things that are just really important and really help. Maybe that's helping check out computers to those soldiers who need to print some documents out or take a class online. Maybe that's helping serve lunches at our Power Hour lunch program. Maybe that's welcoming people right into our center at our front desk and helping them sign in. And it could be helping out with some of our programming events as well. So we have a wide variety of things that our volunteers can and do in our center. And we love to have all of them, of course.
So it seems like, you provide everyone a meal at the USO. You probably never go hungry. There's always an opportunity to get by there and get lunch, and I love that.
We do have lunches every day. We also have snacks available in our center, drinks, you name it. Have food, and the soldiers will definitely come. That's definitely a good kind of rule of thumb when planning.
So for anyone out there who's, wondering about what the USO has to offer or curious, what would you say?
I would say if you're available, come over to our center right here on the base and definitely check it out. Take the little nickel tour, as I like to call it. We do have the largest USO in the world, and so a lot of times people are quite shocked when they come into our center. They don't realize all that we have to offer. Just because we are the largest in the world, we have so much more space to play with, which means I get to have a lot more fun games and resources and capabilities that they may not be able to see in another location. So we definitely try to take advantage of that as much as possible.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate the USO, and thank you so much for being here and letting us know all about it.
Thank you so much.
More on this week's episode coming right up.
Hi, my name's Macy Duncan. I am a curator here at the National Mounted Warrior Museum. We had the opportunity to open our doors to the public in September of 2024. The National Mounted Warrior Museum offers educational opportunities, private tours with reservation, as well as over 4,000 square feet of exhibit space that covers 250 years of mounted warrior history. We cover the histories of units and soldiers who have served here on Fort Cavazos and continue to serve today. From the inception of the 3rd Cavalry Regiment and the 1st Cavalry Division and their continued efforts in World War II, Vietnam, and the global war on terror, we also celebrate the community's role in the development of the post. We hope you come visit us Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at the National Mounted Warrior Museum, where you too can live the legacy of the Mounted Warrior.
Welcome back to the Great Big Podcast. I'm Eric Rodriguez with your Garrison Public Affairs Office, hanging out with...
I'm Samantha Harms, also with your Garrison Public Affairs Office. Happy to be here with you.
Every day? Yes.
Yes.
So one thing we've got coming up, May 16th, we have Safety Awareness Day. It's going to be over at the Phantom Warrior Stadium, and there's going to be a lot of resources out there and some activities for the whole family to get into. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
A whole day to get away from the office a little bit, away from the grind of every day, and just to go over some things and some cool demonstrations. I heard the drunk goggles are going to make an appearance.
Yeah. So I've actually never done those before, but I always enjoy watching other people.
No, you're right.
Maybe this year I try it out.
I probably should. I do talk a lot of smack every time somebody gets naked.
Yes, absolutely.
I like to fancy myself as somebody who likes to do wild stuff, but I won't do it for real, but I would probably do it with the goggles.
Yeah, I'm probably willing to take a little risk with the goggles.
But that, and then the USO. So for me, the USO is a big deal because as a service member, when I was on active duty, I got to go all over the place, and sometimes you're stuck.
Yeah.
And it's really cool just to have a place to kind of hang out and have space to just unwind a little bit, or just to be distracted. So, and I know that we have like the biggest and best, most updated USO
1,000%.
in the armed services.
Yeah.
But with that, I guess they're looking for a lot of one thing. What was that?
Volunteers. Yeah,
that's
always
right.
looking for volunteers.
So if anybody out there is looking to give back a little bit of time, or do something for the organization that's not just about you, to be a part of something bigger, a little bit of time, you can earn those volunteer hours. There's a medal for that, I think.
Is there? How about that? What do you know about that?
So what else is going on in the world of Sam?
I was thinking before we started recording, I was like, okay, I know we always ask like what the word of the week is going to be, and like what we have coming up for our next weekend. My word is committed. I'm committed to getting through this week because my girlfriend's coming into town this weekend.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. The distance thing is hard sometimes.
It is.
So I don't know how you do it, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's cool that you're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're hanging out. I'm going to go to Austin.
Nice.
Just going to relax. It's going to be really nice. So I'm pumped.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. What about you? What do you got going on?
Me? So my oldest two, they've been wrestling in school. So it's off season now, but it's been a lot of these tournaments that pop up all over Texas.
Sure, yeah.
And so we all know how big Texas is.
Yeah,
it's
massive.
a lot of driving.
Yeah, I bet. I love telling people when people are like, oh, like I didn't realize how big Texas is. It's like quite literally, when I went to Big Bend, I left from here,
Mm-hmm.
stayed in the state of Texas, and drove for 8 hours.
I believe
Never
it.
once left the state.
I believe it. Every time
That's crazy.
we go from here, just right here, right outside the
Yeah.
coast, down to South Padre.
Oh.
That's a whole day.
People never remember that. It's like, no, Texas is massive.
I can't imagine traveling from like El Paso out east to Tyler. That would be like an overnight, right?
Yeah, easily. Well,
All
that's
right.
fun. We love wrestling.
Yeah, it's good for them. I like the fact that it gives them something to. It gives them like a little bit of adversity. They got to like work through something pretty
Sure.
hard.
Yeah.
And figure that out and kind of just deal with the problem.
Yeah.
And I think they need that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, I mean, I know as parents, we try to make things as easiest as possible for kids all the time. But I also am part of the philosophy, or I have the philosophy, like you gotta suffer a little bit.
Yeah, I would.
Not so much suffer, but
yeah, but you gotta,
you gotta
go
deal
through
with some stuff.
some hardship a little.
And we're not gonna be around all the time. You gotta,
No,
you gotta figure it
absolutely.
out.
Yeah, and you do. So you're part of that world, but not necessarily with the wrestling. What is it that you do?
Yeah,
as
I
well?
do just jujitsu.
That's
now.
right.
I wrestled in high school.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like average, nothing special.
Just did it.
Normal corn-fed Midwest kid. But it gave me a couple good things to build on, and it helped me out throughout my entire Army career. So I'm thankful
nice.
for that. And I'm glad they're into it. So.
Yeah, that's great. We love passing along our own hobbies.
Yeah, well, it's
Activities.
cool because, I mean, if anybody out there has kids, they know their kids probably don't like anything that they like by the time they're teenagers.
Yeah.
It's like this constant headbutt, but it's nice. You can at least relate on that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love that. Well, that's great. I am looking forward to that for them. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I think that's all we got going on for this. So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
Until next time, we'll catch y'all in the Great Big Podcast next week.
See
Take
you
care,
guys.
y'all.